Here are 2 ways to increase self-esteem. The first is to show up honestly in the world
as much as possible in your actions and words. So speaking your truth, your values, your opinions, your boundaries, your wants. Where in this world do I feel like I'm avoiding certain habits? Okay, I don't tell women I'm attracted to them. I don't invite women out. When I disagree with somebody, I don't tell them that I disagree. I'm afraid to talk about my passions because I think people will think they're nerdy. Okay, so say, what do I want to show the world if I could without fear of failure or rejection or being judged? And then trying to align those actions day in, day out. Showing up when it's hard. I had a guy who came to me and said, I've approached 800 women and I'm still really nervous about talking to women. Why? Because you're not showing up. He's asking like, what do you have in that drink? Do you come here often? And then they're having conversation and he's just saying BS things all the time. Oh, you're in nursing. That's cool. Like in a hospital? Yeah, wow. How often do you work there? And like, that's not what you really want to share to somebody, right? You might have some opinions on nursing, how you wanted to try nursing, how you think it's incredibly hard. Maybe you want to ask her some stories around it, but there's some resistance of, I don't want to sound stupid. I don't want to ask something too personal. That's what's fucking up your self-esteem, because every time we don't show up to the world, what we are telling our subconscious is, I am not good enough. I need to avoid things. I need to put on a mask. I need to pretend to be something else. I need to not share parts of me that I think might be undesirable. And that's all your subconscious is going to hear. When you start showing up, even if it's wrong, even if I look at somebody and tell them an opinion that makes somebody judge me and they say, oh, this guy's an idiot, I am still learning to love myself because I'm saying, you know what? This person didn't appreciate that. And that's okay because I appreciate myself and I will find people who also align with me because there inevitably will be. I think that's the big picture. What Brene Brown calls vulnerability, I like to call it being in integrity. And then I think working on your self-talk. So look up gratitude practice. But most of us have a really strong negative inner critic, and it's a habit that's been ingrained for decades. So every time we do something, we immediately go to the worst case scenario. I'm an idiot. I'm not doing enough. I'm so stupid. And the more that you can start to change the way you talk to yourself and say, you know what? I'm proud that I did this, even though I didn't get her number, because at least I took the shot. Or, you know what? Even though I didn't have the courage to go up and talk to that woman, at least I'm thinking about doing it and I'm going to commit to trying it next time. And reframing the way that you talk to yourself all the time. The way that if you had a best friend next to you going through the same things, you wouldn't beat them up, right? You would talk them up. You would say, hey, listen, it's okay. I still think it's awesome that you did this. You got this. And reshifting that. And so if you look up gratitude practice, or there's a great free course by Yale called The Science of Happiness, which is actually Yale's most popular course for like 450 years. And they talk about those 2 ideas I just discussed. Putting yourself out into the world, especially in a social context, and showing up honestly, and then making sure that you are self-compassionate and being kind to yourself as often as possible and changing your internal monologue, and then doing that for the rest of your life, man. And that's a thing that should excite you. It shouldn't scare you like, oh shit, I always have to do this. It's liberating. It means you will feel better about yourself. You will feel free in your speech. You will feel free from the anxiety of people over time and worrying about how people are judging you. Even though it's investment and effort to make sure you're showing up this way, it pays off in ways you can never imagine. And then also you don't think about it. I don't think about trying to be honest with people now. I just am. If I think about something that's different, my default now is to say what I feel in a constructive way. My default used to be, oh my God, this girl says she hates rap music and I like rap music. I just got to pretend, I just got to shut up. And instead I'd say, hey, listen, I understand that maybe it's not your thing, but I really love it. And I think it can be quite poetic if you've heard the right people. So yeah, it's just a long process of being in integrity and making sure that you're kind to yourself.